Okay, question 2. What do you wish someone would have told you about life when you were my age?
I don't think that anybody telling me about their life experiences when I was 15 years old would have had much of an impact on me.
Mm-hmm.
I had, as I said just a few minutes ago, come to the conclusion that I did not want to be poor, and as a result of that I determined that I would work as hard as I could every day of my life in order to be successful. And I didn't know what successful meant. I never thought of being rich or having a lot of things. I just thought of, to me, the horror of not being able to support myself and having to depend on anybody for any of my needs.
Okay, and then question 3, what words of wisdom would you like to share with me today?
We live in one of the greatest countries in the history of the world.
Yeah.
There has never been a luckier bunch of people than the people who live in the United States of America. And I believe that we should do everything in our power, from the youngest of us to people of any age, to try and remember the principles upon which this country were founded by Jefferson, Madison, Washington, and all of the other great people who fled from their oppressors in England because of lack of freedom of religion, freedom of choice, freedom of a whole bunch of different things. They fled from England and came to the United States and put together a constitution, the purpose of which was to make sure that everybody who became a member of our society in this country would be free to pursue whatever goals they thought were in their best interest. They were also, the people who founded this country, very, very big on independence and people taking care of themselves, and thought that the role of the government was supposed to be very limited to protecting the citizenry from foreign invasion, from making sure that people could walk freely in the streets, and to practice whatever freedom of religion, speech, writing, or any other form of expression without worry that the government could clamp down on them or persecute or prosecute them for any of their beliefs or sayings. So what we have to do, as far as I'm concerned, going out in the future, is look very carefully at our government and make sure that those great freedoms that we were granted under the provisions of our Constitution, which seems to be ignored by many people in government today, that we look at that very carefully, because our children and our children's children, if we continue the way we are going now, with the government getting more and more power and the rest of us getting less and less freedom, we could very easily duplicate what happened in a number of countries that eventually found themselves in a destructive down spiral, like Russia, Germany, Italy under Mussolini. So we have to not look at just how things are and assume they are going to stay the way they are. We have to do everything in our power to make our voices heard and to be proactive in telling the government exactly how we think they are supposed to fit into our life, and not be the cornerstone of life, as many in the government seem to believe today, that the government is all powerful and we are just people here to serve the government. That is not the way it was meant to be. The way it was meant to be is the government was supposed to provide kind of guidelines for the freedom that all of us have shared for all of these years. That's about it.
Okay, well, thank you.